All right. All right. Well. Certainly so. The various calls for action and the demands for change, so prevalent during these days, have become frenzied. It is so much easier to imagine fear, so much easier to anticipate and expect dark chaos. In the face of these frenzied times, it is a pleasure and a joy to be with you. Thank you for loving, and thank you for allowing us to be with you, to love with you. It is a pleasure and a joy, and beyond loving with you, it is a pleasure and a joy, as we always say, it is a pleasure and a joy to love you. And we do, you know. We love you. Come in now. Come in out of the flurry and fury. Come in out of and from under the burning embers of suspicion and hate. Come in. It's blending time. It's time for you and us, just the two of us, to be together, to blend, to be one. Let us together create a different moment, a more beautiful moment, and thus a more powerful moment. Let us create a moment to remember. Ready your space now. Ready yourself now. We find ourselves in a clearing, perhaps high in the mountains or deep in the valleys, perhaps a clearing in a forest or a wood, or somewhere down by water's edge. We find ourselves, you and us, together in a tranquil clearing, a sacred place, a place made sacred by your presence and grace. A tranquil clearing, a sacred place, a safe place. Open your senses now, open your senses to the sights and the sounds. Open your senses in your way. And amid the sights and sounds and smells, as you touch and as you taste, feel the tranquility. Feel the sacredness, the love, the beauty, the enchantment, the mystery of solitude. As you open your senses, drink it in, the tranquil, the sacred, the safe. And as you open those senses, there, over there, just before a grove of ancient one trees. Yes, over there. Maybe you hadn't noticed it before, but there, a grove of ancient one trees, and just before it, a solitary cauldron. Yes, a solitary cauldron stands. It shimmers, but mysteriously there is no fire beneath it. A beautiful solitary cauldron. Open your senses. Imagine. A beautiful solitary cauldron standing, simmering, waiting. Step closer, and look in. Simmering, bubbling, somehow inviting, somehow encouraging. The tranquility, the sacredness, the safety, simmering, and in its way shimmering. Look into the cauldron. But in this cauldron, let us create a turbulent stew. Let us create a turbulent stew of angers and fears and hurts and blames. The angers and fears and hurts and blames that are so prevalent in the world now, promoted by the opportunists and imagined so easily, anticipated, expected so easily by so many among the consensus. Let's create a tempestuous brew of impatient rage and of violence and hate. And let us add the condiments. Let us add the condiments of humiliation and hurt, loneliness and despair. So as you stand before the cauldron, as we stand with you, as together, you and us, we work. Gather these things from the world. Gather the anger, pull it out of the sky. Gather the fears and the hurts and the blames. Gather the ubiquitous, free-floating angers and fears, the dark clouds of anger and fear and hurts, the undefined, the unassigned angers and fears and hurts and blames, and throw them into the cauldron. Dark chunks, ooey gooey, messy chunks of anger and fear and hurt and blame. Throw them into the brew, throw them into this, creating now a turbulent stew, a turbulent stew. Grab the rage and the violence and hate. Grab the anger, violence and hate and throw it into the cauldron. Throw it into the cauldron with pinches of humiliation and hurt and of loneliness and despair. Imagine. Gather these things from the world and gather them from individuals in the world. You may see the face of a child, or of a mother who has lost her child. You may see the face of an old woman, or of an old man, or you may see the face of a terrorist eager to destroy. Take from them their anger, their fear. Take from them their hurt and the blame. Take from them the rage and the violence and the hate. You may have to ask permission, but take it and put it in. Don't take on, don't take it on. Take it and put it in. Put it in the cauldron. Put it in the cauldron. And know that you cannot gather it all. You cannot gather all the anger and fear, the ubiquitous anger and fear, the undefined, the unattached, free-floating angers and fears and hurts and blames. You can't gather them all. You can't gather up all from individuals here and there, from the faces you know or the faces you've seen on the news or that you imagine. You can't gather it all, but you can gather enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. You can gather enough. And know that there are others out there, hundreds of others out there, gathering from the world and gathering from individuals and putting into their cauldrons as you are putting into yours. And gather from within you perhaps the residues of your angers and fears, of your hurts and blames, perhaps your impatience, place them all in the cauldron and let them simmer now. Let them simmer. Let them stew. You turn away. You turn away. And the sisters of the cauldron beyond your view. Come from the grove of ancient one trees, ancient ones themselves, the mothers, the sisters of the cauldron, come to work their magic beyond your view. Firing the cauldron, they stir the brew. Firing the cauldron, they stir the brew. You can't see it, but you can imagine these sisters of the cauldron, these mothers, these women, these ancient ones, firing the cauldron, stirring the brew, dissolving, separating the jetsam and the flotsam, transmuting, transforming. And they infuse the mix. They infuse the mixture with love, with understanding, with hope. And they fold in knowing. They fold in your knowing that you are loved. And they fold in our knowing that we are loved. Yes, they fold in love, understanding and hope. And to this mixture they add your knowing. Your knowing that you are loved, dear one, that you are loved. And our knowing that we are loved. Knowing love with certainty, without certainty, and beyond certainty. They fold it in. Beyond your view. Love, understanding, hope. Your knowing that you are loved, our knowing that we are loved. Knowing love with certainty, without the need for certainty, and knowing love beyond certainty. Turn back now. The cauldron shimmers. It shimmers with the simmering magic potion. The cauldron shimmers with a simmering magic potion, and the sisters of the cauldron stand. However vivid or vague, sense their presence, these ancient ones, these mothers of the cauldron, these women, full, alive, vibrant. And there in the cauldron simmers a magic potion, a mixture of the raw energies of love, the raw energies of love with dignity, with character, love with vision and vitality. It's a mixture of the raw energies of belonging. The miracle gift of the ancients. Join the sisters, join the mothers of the cauldron, reach in to stir the mixture, reach in to stir the mixture. Up to your elbows and more, reach deep, get wet, get messy. Breathe in the mist of magic. Breathe in the mist of magic. Wet and messy. Breathe in the mist of magic. Now cup your hands and drink, and drink, and drink. Feel something waking up in you. Feel something waking up in you. The mystery of you begins to wake up. An unspoken and unrealized magic wakes up in you as well. Feel something waking up in you. You can love as never before. You can love as you never have loved before. You can love as you never have loved before. You can love as you have never dared love before. You can love as you never dared love before. Awake with mystery and magic. What do you desire? What do you want to create? Release your desire, your imagination, your expectation for something you want to create in the world and in you. Release your desire, speak it, visualize it, move your hands to symbolize it. Release your desire, your imagination, your expectation for something you want to create in the world and in you. Release it into the cauldron and then release it into the world. And imagine your desire releasing into the world. And hold that image now. Hold that image, just that image, your desire floating up out of the cauldron, floating up into the world, into the world. Lift your hands, lift your arms, open and embrace to the world your gift of your desire, your expectation, your imaginings into the world of love and of belonging into the world. And now, hold that image. Hold it. Ready, ready, hold. And let it go. Let it go. And allow yourself now to step into the cauldron. That's right, just step into the cauldron. Let one of the mothers, one of the sisters of the cauldron perhaps help you. Step into the cauldron and sink into the magic potion. Sink into the magic potion. Let yourself go. Surrender to the knowing that you are loved, forever loved. Sink into the magic potion. Become the magic. Let go and surrender to the knowing that you are loved, forever loved. We close with love. With love and peace.